Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And for this one it is Shamus for Commodore 64, which, well, as you can clearly see, by William Mataga. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce that. The Commodore 64 version by Jack Thornton Jr. So this was published by Synapse Software in 1983. So yeah, it was a US game. I mean, 83 is pretty early in the 64's life. I don't think the 64 was even a year old when this game came along. So yeah, well, here's the title page anyway, but yeah, let's skip that onto the page that actually shows us something more interesting. So here we see the casted characters. So Shamus, which is who you play. I think Shamus is it's a slang term for a private investigator or something. Well, American slang term anyway. Because I mean it's spelt wrong for it to be the Irish name. So anyway, so that's who you play. Then there's the Shadow. You've basically got to avoid him. You can't shoot him or anything. Extra life potions, keys, all pretty standard stuff. The mystery treasure is usually just points. The keyhole, I found them, but I've never been able to actually use them, so hopefully I'll be able to at some point during this video. And then the three enemies, the Spiral Drone, Robo Droid and Snap Jumper. Now I'm sure there is a story behind the actual game, but I'm fucked if I know what it is, because up until fairly recently I had no idea this game even existed. This was a game that got mentioned in the like collaboration vid I did with Mainmeister. This was one of his 10 games that is often overlooked, or at least certainly in this country, and it doesn't get a great deal of coverage in things like, well, YouTube retro channels and you know, retro gaming magazines or anything like that. So it was through him that I actually found out about it. So is it any good though? Well, let's get the game underway. It's F7 to start. We'll stick with the original map and novice level because the game's hard enough as it is. Here we go. So you can see straight away that visually the game is no great shakes, but then this is 1983, so you can't be expecting, you know, whiz-ball graphics right off the bat. I do like the way that the character moves a lot faster once you've cleared out the level. Fuck it. So it makes, you know, getting through the empty room a lot less aggro. However, as you saw there, collision detection is not perfect. There are some issues with it. I'll grab the extra life. I don't know why it plays all those bars from as time goes by when you pick up items. Oh, okay, collision detection a bit iffy there as well, but that time I benefited from it. Oh, fuck. Right. In terms of distance, this is about, oh, fucking hell, let's see, the collision detection there is, yeah, pretty fucky. I wouldn't mind, you know, I like clearing out rooms. I don't want to have enemies still hanging around. There we go. Right, this is where, yeah, this is where it gets a bit cluttered. And you can see in the bottom there, the bottom of the room, one of those. Oh fuck it! There's the shadow bloke. Now he moves. Yeah, he moves really fast. But yeah, you can't actually shoot him. So right, now, get you fuck. There you go, game over already. So one go does not last very long in this. So here we go. Oh fucking what? There we go. Let's go this way this time. Oh. I didn't play much of the old jingle that time. There's another oh, you cunt! Okay, well I'll reach the lock this time. Doesn't look like I can do anything though. I'm guessing I haven't got, I either don't have the key or I don't have the right key, whatever, and you know, I'm at a dead end. And the shadow just appeared, but I got out just in time. Okay, I can't go any further that way. So, oh, so when they fire, because you don't have a huge amount of space that you can move around, yeah, their shots are often fatal. Oh, you fuck! Or you just don't see them in time. Well, let's go this way. This is where, yeah, there's a, oh, okay. There's usually a lot in this room. I'm pleasantly surprised. Right, let's got extra life that time. That's handy. So let's start the review then by pointing out what you've already quite clearly seen. This game is very much a Berserk copy. That is no bad thing in my books. I mean, Berserk is... yeah, Berserk is in my top 3 all-time favourite games. So, you know, if a game is going to copy an existing game, then yeah, Berserk is a fucking good choice as far as I'm concerned. Grab the extra life. Graphically, yeah, the game is no great shakes. Not, you know, I say not a huge surprise, given that this came out in 83, came out at a time when the Commodore 64 was not even a year old. Oh, you fucking cunt! There we go. Oh, fucking what? So all those extra lives I got all end up being fucking wasted. So this is, I'm already down to my last life now. Yeah. So yeah, visually not fantastic, but yeah, like I say, its age means it's almost inevitable. I've now got to try and get out of here. Oh, okay, I can stop him by shooting him, but yeah. Oh, fucking what? How many are there? Oh, right, this is surely game over. Yeah, there you go. Right. I'm determined to actually use a key at some point. So yeah, I've covered the visuals. I mean, you can see right off the bat the Berserk influence. Just like Berserk, the walls will kill you if you touch them. So yeah, stay away from the walls. And that's what I mean when I say that when the enemies fire at you, yeah, you haven't got a lot of space to move around in order to avoid their shots, and that's assuming you see them in the first place. In terms of the audio, it's more the same. You cunt. It's pretty simple, pretty basic. Again, I think it's a product of its time. I don't think it was deliberately coded to be, minimalistic or anything like that. It was just that, this was all they could do. I mean, audio has never been the strong point of the American releases, at least not until the old speech that was used in Impossible Mission and Beachhead 2 came along. But prior to that, yeah, the audio, well, music was always pretty crap, but yes, sound effects were not too good at this moment this point in time. Right, so I can't get anywhere in there. Let's see if we can get any further this way. I think that answers that question. Fire, you cunt! Oh, what the fuck was that? Yes, the goes don't last very long. So anyway, that's... Oh, what the fucking hell did I do there? Anyway, so graphics and audio covered. So what about gameplay? Yeah, it's a Berserk clone, so I think the gameplay is fucking fantastic. It's not flawless. Do you know, that's the key I need to get progress around here. Let's go back down this way, and now go down here. Yeah, it's not flawless. You've seen a few times already. The collision detection is a bit suspect. Oh, fucking hell. He didn't hang about. So yeah, if the collision detection had been done better, yeah, it would be fucking... It would have been a fucking phenomenal game. As it is merely a seriously good game. I mean, oh, what the fuck? Right, come on, actually used the key, and it means I can now get through that. Get through that. That'll please that whining cunt who keeps moaning about me burping in the videos. But yeah, being a Berserk clone, as I keep saying, means I think the game is fantastic. yeah, I can overlook the simple graphics and the simple audio when the gameplay is good. You know, I can do that no problem. So with a game like this, yeah, it's got what matters, you know, which is the gameplay. It is fucking difficult. Okay, the difficulty isn't helped by, you know, the iffy collision detection and what have you. I had to get out of there quick because the old shadow had just shown up. Fucking hell. Oh, what the fuck was that? Alright, here we are. Again. But clearly, as well as being, you know, an arcade game and clearly being, you know, a Berserk clone, it also has adventure elements. You obviously, unlike Berserk where the maze is just, you know, random, this one the maze is set. You obviously have to follow a specific path, you know, getting the right keys to be able to unlock the right areas. I don't rate my chances of doing well here, but I'll grab the extra life. Oh, I nearly fucking walked into the wall. Oh, fucking cunt. I'm taking too long here, aren't I? That shadow thing's gonna show up. Okay, got away with it. This is one of those games where I'm focusing so much on trying to play it and trying to actually get somewhere that actually, you know, talking through it is, you know, not easy. I'm not getting through that, aren't I? I don't know what I have to do. Clearly not that. Right, last go. So how do I rate it then? Being no doubt, I think the game is fucking great. You know, I don't care that the visuals are basic or that the audio is basic or that it's... I do care a bit though about the dodgy collision detection though. And that is going to impact on the score. Yeah, I mean, you could quite easily just play it as a Berserk clone, not trying to actually get through any of the levels. Oh, fuck. But that collision detection issue is going to start to annoy. So, as much as I like the game, I certainly can't give it a 10 out of 10. It has too many issues. But it is a bloody good game, so I will score it. I will score it 8.5 out of 10. And if you are a fan of Berserk and you've not played this, as I hadn't up until, you know, about a couple of weeks ago, then yeah, I would definitely recommend you checking it out. I think that was my worst go yet. Yeah, I definitely recommend checking it out. So that is Shamus for Commodore 64. It looks basic, it sounds basic. The gameplay is certainly there though, especially if you're a Berserk fan. But the collision detection issues mean that it could have been better. But nevertheless, it still gets 8.5 out of 10. So yeah, it is certainly still a good game. You couldn't describe it any other way. So there we go, Shamus for the Commodore 64, 8.5 out of 10. That brings this review to an end, but before we go on to the next one, I'm considering mixing things up a bit with the old retro reviews, whereas I normally, I'll stick with a Commodore 64 and do a whole slew of Commodore 64 games and then move on to, say, the Amiga, and I'll do a load of Amiga games. I'm thinking of mixing it up so that I'll do, say, one Commodore 64, then an Amiga one, then an arcade coin-op, then Atari 2600. So it's always changing, and it's not so predictable. It's something I'm considering anyway. Normally I don't bother asking people to write anything specific in comments, but in this case, does that sound like a decent idea? Let me know. There you go. Right, so that definitely brings this one to an end, and we'll see you at the next one.